It's Ryan Henry from Voyager Tennis Academy. Today we're going to talk about the 10 key areas needed to become world class at tennis. So the first thing we're going to look at is goals. Okay, it's very important that you know exactly what you're striving for in tennis. For example, there's a huge difference between wanting to be an A-grade tennis player and wanting to be, world class and playing at the Grand Slams. The second area is the volume of training hours on court. Malcolm Gladwell, the author of Outliers, talks about this really important concept of it takes 10,000 hours of deliberate practice to become world class in any field. The same thing applies to tennis, and we need to make sure we're getting a lot of training hours on court. So the third area is match play quantity. The simple rule here is the more matches you play, the better match player you become. And the common mistake that we see players doing is they put in a lot of training hours on court, but they're not getting enough matches each year. So ideally what we're looking to do is combine a high volume of training and lots of match play throughout the year. So the next area we're looking at here is technical fundamentals. What we're really after here is a player to have sound technique so they can basically execute a variety of tactical strategies in match play. So this moves us into tactical fundamentals. What players should ask themselves is, am I playing the right game style for my physical and mental characteristics? Do I have great observational skills in matches? Am I constantly watching my opponent, what they're doing, and then I'm adjusting my strategy towards that? Another component of this is understanding what fundamental patterns of play are in matches. The next area is physical development. By far the most important aspect of this is injury prevention. Every player, we believe, should have a physical screening to identify any areas in the future that they may be susceptible to injury. Besides that, the other important aspects of physical development are developing speed, endurance, power, flexibility, core stability, and all those performance enhancing qualities that ultimately develop a better athlete. Number 7 is psychological development. They do say in sport that it's 90% mental, and it definitely is. So it's a player's ability to handle difficult internal experiences on the court, such as thoughts and feelings. Can they continue to play at a high level despite being faced with a few of these challenges? Do they have in-between point routines that keep them on task and staying focused? And do players have the ability to prime themselves mentally so that they're always practicing or competing at their best? Number 8 is nutrition. Essentially, your body is a vehicle, and if you're not putting in the right fuel, the vehicle's not going to work very well. So we encourage players to access a good sports dietitian that can help them out in this area so that the performance is going to be enhanced on a day-to-day basis. An area that's often overlooked is player motivation. And there's a number of things that you can do in this area in order to increase motivation, such as attend live pro tour events such as like Sydney International or the Australian Open. When a player's been knocked out of a tournament, they can stay on and watch the finals and watch the best players battle it out. Another thing players can do is spend time in an environment where they're being pushed by peers who are all trying to achieve similar goals. So the area that's definitely most overlooked is parent education. So parents often spend tens of thousands of dollars trying to help their child become an elite tennis player. They spend thousands of hours around the tennis court, but they don't spend a lot of time understanding how they can help their child become better. And according to our sports psychology partner, parents' communication with their kids is the number one factor in helping their child become mentally strong and mentally tough on the tennis court. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions at all, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you.